Time's running low.
Hello.
Going to miss.
Hello. Hello.
Like you said, you can't rely on the thrifties. So Heretics drop down.
Welcome to another watch party.
Fishy.
ठीक
Be
है.
the point man.
Hero.
With that Guardian, we're suspecting at least.
Welcome.
Pushing back over towards.
TH versus
Straight EDG have a lot of bodies behind.
EDG. जो भी जीते घंटा फर्क नहीं
This is
पड़ता.
one of the kind of substandard, but they still run it. Defensive looks where four players stack over towards A really early on.
जो जीतेगा वो हमारा
there.
team.
You've got options. It could be Kangkang and nobody, and you can run forwards with the Prowler, or you can just post Shishu up over towards Rubble. And it's tough, because if Heretics try to gamble that EDG have got 4A at the start of the round and fast hit towards BOC, it might not be this defensive setup.
Lineups are here, mass pings on a mini map at least. Heretics looking to make the mark. Over towards C. Smoggy seek to deny.
They're going into a C's and a medal. There is a chance that Heretics get melted.
Could eviscerate them.
Gets
the connection and the reveal. But it goes on either side here. Fully revealed. Mini Boo cleaning up onto the corner. Cuts it up from Chichu. Trying to get his team right back into this one here.
हमारा हमेशा बेस्ट ऑफ 3 होता है क्योंकि ज़्यादा टिकेट हमारा टिकेगा मैं आने वाला था 1 बजे करने गया
this is trying Heretics now to pave their way through. It's not going to really break that one. I mean, Simon is going to place the aftershock to see if he can delay and deny the plant from going down, but tucked into the corner. Rian will get an extension of time into the round now. EDG up onto the flank with the flash. Come through waterfall.
चूचे मार दे.
Overdrive into the hands of Kang. Rian just can't hold a candle to that. Movement too good. Chichu defusing, but sprayed down. Beam down. Wood holding it down. Nobody can cross the line in the barrier, and Simon, his desperation just tucked to the side. Josh, you said you can't rely on the thrifties, but listen,
मजा आने वाला है.
MasterCard are getting their money's worth.
This is ridiculous. Our third that we've seen so far on Lotus. And we finally got the lockdown invested as well, and you can see now, I think, why Benji didn't want to use it so much in those prior rounds. They don't want to use it as a tool to get in onto sites. They want to use it as a tool to ensure they can get plants on sites. And there is a subtle difference there. Normally, when you use it as a tool to initiate, you have to exec as it's about 4 seconds left on the clock. That's not enough time to plant. The defenders are already going to be in, trying to deny. As EDG are trying to deny Rubble currently.
Big reveal, big coverage, Mini Boo.
जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा.
Benji Fishy
कभी खुशी कभी गम.
contain.
खतरों का खिलाड़ी.
Plugging up the holes, but he is alone, isolated. Smoggy. Bite of the apple. Tap with a rifle.
लेना पड़ेगा bro 1v1.
Resets it. The draw this core. Oh, the play's being made.
Oh, bitch!
Chichu! You didn't have to do it to him, not like that. Embarrasses Heretics. In through tree.
भाई क्या है मैं?
He is the immovable
शूची दबा रही है भाई
object of
साहब.
EDG.
And could we have it any other way? And that's an ace if I've ever seen one.
Choo-choo.
He's been superb at this tournament. He really has. His win rates in these opening fights.
Party बदल लिया साला.
Guess who's there supporting him on that entry too? Simon from the back. The fault line comes through, stuns onto Woot, and frees him up to go for the rest of the kills. Kangkang, he can't even believe it behind him.
Disbelief.
He's like, mate,
this guy.
where are the rest of my kills? You're going to ruin my stats here, Chishu.
Taking over.
Time out.
He started off on Sunset 10-0. Now he did slow down after that, but his opening to the map drove a spear firmly into Team Heretics. It's amazing how much Chishu's doing actually for them overall in this tournament. He's winning about 70% of his opening fights. That is ludicrous.
He really is.
Absolutely.
Numbers.
And you're also seeing the value that he has across the board.
Yeah.
On Haven, he couldn't quite get working today, but on previous times, he's been so good with the lurks. Intelligent player, and fairly calm under pressure too. He's one of those players alongside Kangkang you can expect to perform in every game.
He's been so clutch this entire tournament. Now, I haven't pulled the numbers. I haven't gone for the deep dive. I'm just going off the eye test, but I know when I see a player who's performing, this is the tournament of his life, and listen, the form has not slipped. You've seen it on the first map, maybe initially, but he's returned the fire. and force the timeout out of Heretics, forcing them to adjust and adapt. Again towards A Rubble. Ball's going to be going down here. Heretics are giving up that space. It's conceded by EDG.
And I like that EDG don't fight over it. One of the big advantages that Team Heretics comp has is that it should be able to win Rubble fights. Kankan's always going to be a bit of a wild card in those Rubble fights because the Neon can get into really unexpected situations, but generally speaking, Heretics should be able to own that part of the map.
Okay.
EDG though seem to have anticipated that this is heading B. Nobody's looking to get info, and Prowlers.
दोनों Prowlers
Trade
ले
on,
लेते हैं.
He's hyper committed here. It's a showstopper in the back pocket, a mini boot.
Heretics don't like the look of this. Potentially coming back to Rians. It looks a little indecisive here. Rians is looking for that info that would just inform Boo what the correct decision is.
Roman Reigns!
Go towards B, towards C, and now coming back to A without really putting pressure anywhere. They're not pulling defensive rotates.
They're not at all. The jiggle to try and get that info. Rians, he's calling. Wait, guys, they've potentially given this all the way up.
They need to rely on ults.
What is that? Wide face, 5 players to receive and face him. Simon steps up, takes the challenge and takes the fight. But now to squeeze. Paranoia is perfect. And an ult to supplement. It's a cherry on top. Nobody denied. Can't step past the blue room.
भाई क्या पुश किए बे वो 5 लोग पीक रहे उसकी रो काप गई बेचारे की.
He's the player that's been lone defending C these past couple rounds. Usually this is his map. He's averaging a kill per round when he plays Clove on Lotus. But this would be something different.
Yeah, he'd have to pump up those numbers heavily. Jumping through, it's mini boot. Shuts him down, bullet to the brain.
I think you're dead on the money there. Where did it all go wrong? Because EDG had the setup. They knew that Team Heretics were looking to end over towards A, or at least they had a read on it. Chishu ults over towards Mound, confirms all of the macro is in favor of EDG. And yet the peaks, Chishu just, after he'd already confirmed it wasn't C, maybe looking for a bit of info that he perhaps didn't need. He was punished for it.
Heretics back into it. Around down for now. For now being the key words. Shot! He's handed, offered an opportunity, and snappy reaction times are on display. Damage and bullets exchange. Woo from behind. Delivers that dagger, at least stolen from him. It's Rians who lights up the feed.
So much damage been done. The players from Heretics are leaving bruised and battered. They haven't forced out the Rolling Thunder either. If they could have put enough pressure on Simon, maybe he would have cracked, but such composure to keep that ult. And if Smoggy gets one, suddenly they're not dead yet. It's online.
It will be a nuisance.
And this is the kind of spot where you can try to play cheeky angles like this.
One and done. The ult online as a TP into the back. Ooh, hard commits that. Now you're putting the squeeze onto Smoggy. He is in the danger. There's no retreat here. There's no retreat at all. And once more, Heretics show that discipline on display. Kang! Accounted for. It's only one before he's dropped. An open sight here for Heretics.
30 seconds left.
I love that snake bite. Trying to deny any space over towards Waterfall. So Riens gets a safe plant off. A decision-making time for Simon. With a pit in a 2v3, you probably do not want to be using Rolling Thunder. But if they can get a spam kill, which EDG are normally so good at, maybe it becomes worthwhile.
Chances. Need a kill though to make it happen. To get the ball rolling.
They have Haunt.
Haunt, and he sort of reveals not quite.
Right there.
It's util expended. No luck at a draw from the bullets flying forwards. Heretics have wrapped this one up.
Finally, we've got a map where both teams have turned up to it.
A bit of parity.
I definitely agree with Potter when she was talking about the nerves being present on Haven for EDG. I think EDG just came out with a phenomenal read on Sunset that made Heretics just look like they weren't even home. Now we're getting to that even territory.
He's just going like this, and we have to expect those plays, okay?
I think Miniboo's probably talking there about the way that Kang slid into them. They have to be ready for that kind of stuff because he's right. Kang will go for those plays. He's the kind of player that will sacrifice his own life sometimes to try to make the winning spot for his team.
To remain vigilant. Enough util use, yet Smoggy straight back onto the line. Miniboo is taken out. He's got to watch now the rest of his team to see if they can piece together this round when they're a player down. Even more so onto these angles. The contact play is called and around Paranoia.
Smokey plays.
Not even a connection. Smoggy is working this map like it's his playground right now, especially onto the side, but he needs some backup and he needs to bail out. Heretics finding it. Dashing away, cancel the movement. Kang dropped down with a decay damage. Can't stand against it. Smoggy also being pushed back, pushed it away, and the nanostorm. Benji, they knew he was there. The right util at the right time to punish Smoggy, trying to cleave the way through. 1 kill found, and he's still got a not dead yet, but he might not even need it. On for the ace, damage Thunderboo. Round and round we go onto the side, taking it away. He's got the speed Boo intact. There's no plant online. There's pressure still on the shoulders of Boo.
How long does Boo hold for? Smoggy's reading into this, thinking that he's gone for the rotate.
Oh my. It's a possibility. There was enough time for it. Boo could have walked all the way and just ran when he was out of range, but now back over towards C.
Boo can die to spam here as he plants. But I'm not even sure that Smoggy has enough bullets in his gun.
He hasn't gone for the reload. He was scared of a player being close, and now creeping, crawling up close. 1v1 still down to the timings. Smoggy can't do it with pistol in hand.
4 experience.
Boo, who stands tall. It was up to him to be that veteran presence to make sure that the round did not go amiss.
What a clutch from Boo. Desperately needed for Heretics, I think. I'm not a fan of how Smoggy played around these situations, though, with his ult. I think you look at that round from Smoggy without an ult online, he played it immaculately. He conserved his life, backed off, played off his team's paranoias. I actually think, though, that when he has the Claw Vault online, he can afford to be way more aggressive in those spots and use the ult to play his team in. I'd like to see him try to take that impact earlier on.
I love you.
Hey, chi, bro.
I hard agree with that. He's pulled this time out initially from EDG. 3 rounds in a row for Heretics.
What's your name, Claw, bro?
That impact. I'm not a fan of how Smoggy played.
Smoggy, bro.
All waves in the exec, it's not anything super simple.
Increment 10,000
But
rupees.
EDG need to get a read on where these are coming.
1v5 and 1v4 only.
Odin being bought here for Boo as well.
Strategy.
Looking to try to do early
Hey,
spam over
Nagarjuna
towards A,
Sakara
perhaps.
waterfall, be.
The other players are drifting over. EDG still some bite left into the round with weapons that they scrambled together here. Rifles in the hands, 4 of them.
There.
Up to today.
Ults online
Spam
too,
kind.
so
Don't spam.
could be willing to scrap here.
That's big
Target,
damage.
yeah, nobody chunked down. Sets up for the TP. Nobody is committed here. The door's not even okay. Breaks it, backs away. Evacuation is called for.
Share nobody.
Missed the haunt as well. It was broken, of course, but he was aiming for on top of rubble there, so they wouldn't scan the back towards where Woot was. They've lost info over towards A. That Odin purchase ended up coming through very clutch for that opening fight.
There's the extra elements we've come to expect, I think, from a team like Heretics.
Pookie boo.
A little spice to throw into a round, making sure that it is not much more winnable here. Going for the potential B pivot. The door was already opened wide here. Benji, footsteps rumbling towards them. And now there's Simon. Time to strike. Time to see if he can collect to corral these kills. Up and around. Chichu back and around. Obtains the upgrade.
3v3?
3 versus 3 is where we stand.
Heretics with time to cancel. EDG thought it was actually a B pivot going on there. You could see it in the way that Shishu threw his paranoia.
Yeah.
And yet they still held tall. Now nobody has to do it all.
Sees the shoulder. Try to play patiently. And Smoggy drifting into the fight, into the fray. Not watched for. Anticipating that re-swing. Ops into the ult now. Not dead yet. Spam follows through. He needs the kill, he needs the assist, but Heretics are the ones under that pressure! And G2 collects!
I wasn't expecting the round to end like that. I was looking over towards Smoggy.
No way.
He had limited time to be able to get value out of his ultimate, and it looked like he was playing passively, but they ran away from the Clove, trying to deny them value, and straight into the waiting arms of Chishu. That's tragic for Heretics.
To collect. Beautiful transfer as well. We missed that one, but still got to admire it. He's sitting at 15 and 7.
And again, the team with the weaker economy, though it wasn't a full thrifty, comes out with the goods. 5-5.
Strange map.
Benji has it online again. His ult.
Once more, Odin spam. TP across, TP up top. And Wood is going to be traded. Just the one for his efforts. Chichu's still here. Guess what? Peeking off the util. That's more where that came from. Boo.
क्या शॉट है चिचू
right through, but they realized that
भाई ये लोग ए ऐसा लेने क्यों नहीं देते मतलब पहुंच जाते
क्यों?
Yeah, I think they actually saw both pieces of utility coming from Smoggy and Simon. So they've got a pretty good read here that C is empty. And they're going to confirm it with lockdown.
Chichu's ult, he can go for the instant reposition as well. They can shore this one up. Now that the site's cleared out, Heretics.
Good plant position too.
Yeah. Trying to think ahead here.
Smoggy!
I like this.
Forces util. Forces EDG to be diligent with the clearing.
They actually,
yeah,
they didn't even use utility though. They saved the util and just barreled forward with 2 or 3 players looking to try to trade out. So now they have that utility to clear the side, but boo!
Oh, listen, if you're going to try and opt in, exactly, brute force.
Oh.
The domain where Heretics will seek to punish, yet still smokes, propped up, and heads being pried straight off the bodies. Left down to Benji. Planted for him, up onto Mound. Nana swarms up and over, just about catching, but Simon's got the half, and that's a potential wink on drop down. Time is of the essence, ticking away from them. TP up and around.
He might not think he's
claimed. No way, Simon! No way! Dropped dead in his tracks. And it's all Benji.
क्या clutch moments हो रहे bro?
I thought there was such a chance there that EDG were going to sneak that one away. When Chishu teleports up and Benji catches him, it's so likely that Benji waits for another tap.
भाई ये shot तो मस्त है.
Heretics take the lead 6-5 off the back of Benji winning the Red Bull clutch. Another huge clutch going the way of Team Heretics. If they hadn't had those two, EDG might have been running away with this half, but as it is, Chinese squad knocked down to lower economy and trying to control Rubble. They've kind of missed out on the control of this part of the map the whole game. Their comp doesn't really favor it, but now they're driving Heretics into B.
Fast plays all around the map. Trying to go for that reaction overdrive. It's here. Kang collects. It's augmented. And the push is stunted in the blink of an eye. 6-6.
Bro बोला ना 6-6. No jinx bro. यार मेरे पनौती नहीं लगती मेरे को इधर से.
This map truly different to the prior two in ways that are supremely satisfying, both of them taking chunks out of each other, going back blow for blow. EDG's attack side is super potent as well. Team Heretics may not have done enough with only 6.
That's the question. We're going to get it answered on the other side of this as well, but for now, we're sending it down to the floor momentarily as well, just to get a bit of insight.
Stats बनाओ अरे थक गया भाई मैं stats बनाना है.
Hey guys, here with Com, of course. 콤 선수 만나보겠습니다. 콤 선수 어제 경기 끝나고 나서 눈물을 흘릴 때 좀 리엔즈 선수가 위로해주는 모습을 보면서 콤 선수와 또 콤 선수 아버지가 이제 넘버원 리엔즈 팬이다 평생이라고 얘기를 했거든요. 그렇기 때문에 이렇게 또 힘든 순간에 적으로 만났지만 또 위로의 손을 내밀어줄 수 있는 선수가 그리고 이런 커뮤니티가 있다는 것에 대해서 어떻게 느끼고 있는지부터 여쭤보고 싶습니다. Com, yesterday you and Papa Com expressed the gratitude towards the Rians, you know, being able to showcase sportsmanship, especially when you were at a vulnerable moments like yesterday. So what's it like to have an opponent that's willing to kind of comfort you through your hard times?
I think it shows a lot of vulnerability and emotional intelligence, as my dad said. It means a lot to me for sure, because I feel like I'm a very emotional person. And yeah, I mean, it means the world to me that someone, even if they were an enemy for me like 10 minutes ago, they become my friend right after.
확실히 얼마나 이 발로란트 커뮤니티 자체가 EQ가 높고 서로에게 공감할 수 있는지를 잘 보여주는 부분이라고 얘기를 했고요. 그리고 또 홈 선수 같은 경우에도 뭐 눈물이 많은 이런 좀 감수성이 깊은 확실한 F이기 때문에 좀 그런 선수가 이렇게 위로를 해준다는 것 자체가 의미가 굉장히 많았고 또 굉장히 감사하다고 얘기를 했습니다. 그러면 오늘 아무래도 리엔즈 선수를 응원하러 왔나 싶은데 또 보내고 싶은 메시지가 있는지도 물어보도록 할게요. So I'm guessing you're here to root for Rians and Team Heretics. Anything you would like to say to him?
Keep fighting. No matter what happens in this grand finals, have fun and enjoy the moment, no matter what.
어떤 일이 벌어지든 지금 이 순간을 즐기기를 바란다고 얘기했습니다. 이렇게 해서 콤 선수 만나봤습니다. Thank you, 콤. And 야, 하나 더.
사랑해, 코리아.
Thank you, 콤.
Just beaten him, still had thought for his opponent. It shows you, I mean, there's no space for mercy, but there's still room for compassion with the way that they play. I do really appreciate that. All of their thoughts here are going to be on getting that victory, but every time you win, you see the other side of that coin, and there's going to be both sides of it here today in the grand finals. No matter who ends up winning, there is going to be one bitterly disappointed loser up on stage, and that's going to be tough for either team to deal with.
Changing the weaponry here, EDG looking to again increase that tempo, but stopped in their tracks as the Nano Swarms laid down prior.
Turtle Smoggy pretty deep on B right now. What I love about watching Smoggy on these rounds is that he has plenty of picking up, which I think is just such a deadly duo.
Speed buff if he gets that online.
The overheal too, or the over armor. It's just so tough to deal with.
भाई
Pistols. He's often in spots where he trades people out. So seeing him isolated here is a little unusual. You see nobody trying to do his IGL duties, creating pressure on the other side of the map, indicating that this is going to be a C repop. Hard for Heretics to read into that though. What is this?
Kakang! He's trying to find it. Needs to be disciplined and just evacuate and get out. But Wood is still there into the back. Hey! Unaccounted for. Will make them rue the day that they decided to ignore that position. Two dropped. There's the third. It's all on Woot, and this guy is undeniable. The form factor, an ace denied, but Smoggy's got much more to do on the backside of that. And enough of the road is paying for Miniboo to close it out.
Shades of Woot at Shanghai there, where he took down all of the Chinese squads and made the grand finals. It's been a quiet tournament from him. It's been very different. Seen him in that supportive role, looking to try to trade and help other people, help the team. Good to see him have his moment here in the pistol though, and what an important pistol that might end up being. Gives Team Heretics the lead, assuming no more of those thrifties, those pesky thrifties that we've seen today.
Abundance of them. Pause called after the initial pistol round. Doesn't feel like it's, I mean, a timeout to me.
You think attack timeout after the pistol? I think it would be the first one I've ever seen. No, I don't think it's anywhere near an ultimate. And usually the attacking teams on Lotus are going to want to be putting those into Miniboo, Benji, something like that. So we've got another tape pause here.
Oh, तुम लोग side check नहीं
Suspicion was
करके
correct.
गए थे
I love how we
ऐसा
put the entire arena in lockdown.
बोला oh
Take
sorry
pause,
English
you know, the lighting.
I always
Nobody
have
moved.
told you that you need to clear the site, right? Yeah.
Trying to take a gander over at the stage as well, see who might be
Going back to the city,
player we're watching for.
going back to the valleys. That doesn't matter, bro.
And hopefully we'll be able to get this solved as well. No more stops in the momentum. It's going to be a quick one, I've just heard. So we'll be back into the action soon enough.
If he wants to win.
You want time for a fun stat?
Sure.
You know that Team Heretics and Paper X are the only teams to play in a grand finals, but not lift a trophy.
That's brutal for Paper X.
Everybody else that's been in a VCT global grand finals has found one, you know, before, after, in a different different moments.
And so if Heretics win here today, they'll pass the torch to EDG.
Yep, they'll pass that over and force EDG to be the recipient of that sad stat.
That's brutal. That's a hard one. A lot of damage. Players getting chunked down on EDG's side of things here, and a stun not enough to dissuade and push back Boo. Going for a few more. Smokes dissipating. Rian's creeping up onto the angles, trying to cut them up where they stand. Paranoia sweeps through, but no connection, and the TP has to be used to back himself away. Still a 4 versus 4. Simon! Oh, he was hoping for that kill. Dropped down there. The spikes in a lapse of Woot. And Heretics have a handle on it.
Nobody left as the final player. The spike could not be further away. It would have to make such a difficult journey.
Yeah.
The hero's quest to try to retrieve the unretrievable.
Woot does it again. It's a 3-piece off the back of that pistol. The Wonder Boy in action. Like you said, glimpses of Shanghai, and he's making EDG feel it.
Again though, what kind of bonus round strategy can you really concoct with an Omen ultimate? It's just not as useful. So it is great that we're seeing this from Woot, but you would like to see the ult points been invested into other people for Team Heretics to start some real threats on the defense side. This is cool though, getting a high-low setup from Heretics.
It's an interesting idea.
Looking to try to punish Kang Kang, I would say here.
Flash 2, up and over here, fault line alongside it.
Simon's utility again.
It's overwhelming, suffocating. That's what this EDG squad composition at least does well.
I mean, I think if Team Heretics really invest to these Rebel fights, they can beat them. EDG shouldn't be able to come out on top of too many altercations over there, even with the breach in their comp.
Round 15 though, it's a critical one. And an impasse could potentially be an absolutely stellar beginning for Team Heretics into the second half, or EDG making sure that they stop the bleeding.
Kang Kang looking to get cleared here. But really, Boo not finding much. This info, if anything, is good for EDG to play off.
Okay, here in the footsteps.
Baits Woot forwards.
Yeah, Kang Kang's given that timing. Handed on a platter. Boo drifting back into position. Have to evade a lot of this util. Reveal, it tags. They know he's there. Sees. Delayed. Not delayed enough, I should say. Aftershock now in through the back as well. Gives him a bit of peace of mind. Kang Kang, he's right there. Nobody. Make sure that there's no problems occurring just from the backside of pit. Benji Fishy in position, in place. Flash the peak, but the weapon at hand just not good enough. It was sharp though. Need more than a keen eye in that spot.
Rian's with it all to do.
Yeah.
And no chances. EDG with a super clean anti-bonus there. And showcasing that their macro calling can work really, really nicely. Kang Kang inserted over towards his ult orbit A. And then as Boo opened door and went for the Prowler, I don't know whether they thought it was completely clear on A, or whether Woot wanted just to check the ult orb spot in that small timing window he had. But either way, they just gave it the first kill incredibly easily. Gonna have to do better than that in terms of getting info.
The Odin at work, Boo. Never go with things. Deep haunts. As bullets fired straight back, that's the recognition he was looking for, so happy to spray away.
And Chishu does take this timing into rubble early in a ton of rounds. He will sometimes throw in the fake teleport as well. But I think if they went for Sea's nades, like delayed Sea's nades over towards rubble, certainly a chance that they could catch him. And I love this deep alarm bot that you're seeing over towards Mount, because if EDG threatens C, but it's a fake, they're probably not going to break that alarm bot. Here though, they play just on the outside of it, so Benji will have the minimum amount of time possible to call for rotates. Do they break it? No. They're not going to allow him that time until they hit.
Exactly, waiting for the util to come back up. Regenerative, that it is. Default line through, Benji Fishy.
Is there any play to deny Waterfall here? Because otherwise EDG could get spammed.
Yeah, they certainly can. It's a plan tucked into the corner. No spam at work. A player in position to do such that. It's Heretics. 5 alive versus 5. Trying to play this retake now.
Planted for Mount, but playing on site.
Yeah. Controversial. EDG, we'll see if it pays off now. Gonna try and hold this one back. Overdrive, it's already unleashed. Smoky tucks himself up onto the high ground. Perched away. Damage has definitely been done, and a weakened Boo can do naught but scurry. But there's no escaping a sight on a Kang Kang. He's got his mind set on something, he will do it.
Beautiful post-plant play from EDG there. Made out all of that on site. Retake util and still hold strong. I thought maybe it was going to be a 2-wave post-plant where they force out that utility and are happy to drop back to Mound. They never even had to get back into that second wave. Heretics are going to need better plant denial than they showcased us just there. Only Benji on site. He really needed help from Rians. There's that Season that I was talking about, but Chichu's in, Chichu's out. So really, even that small anti not finding too much value.
Oh, just snaps the tether.
Who gets the better end of that? I think you could probably say the attackers. Because even though Chichu's burnt both of his teleports and taken a bit of damage, you've used the Season the Nade.
Those are big tools. Give it to delay or playing. Making sure you can deny plan. Torn broken. Doesn't really tell them a whole lot. Could be one player, could be many, but actually they do have the info. Rians, the deep push and control over towards C Mound. Now it's either towards B or A.
Nobody is constantly involved in trying to sell the fake. If you see nobody like this,
It's also
look, they re-clear it.
Yeah, Heretics are straight on the money. They know what's up. Kang Kang now trying to lead the charge with the rest of his team. There are smokes though. Drop down in position, Boo! Just lights him up. Kang Kang heads potentially rolling. Woot! Beautiful shots, all rattled away. The adjustment by Benji Fishy just not in place.
Rians though with a quick timing, unexpected flank.
Tap.
Simon's watching for it, trying to bait it out.
Haven't committed. Rians is giving that now as a chance for the 1v1. What is going on? Shot's going to miss. Position is revealed. Classic in hand. Rians just cannot escape. Nobody quick to hunt him down, but that got messy.
Oh, you see the right smile there. Facepalm from Simon.
Oh boy.
That was an outrageous whiff. Almost a full clip of whiffing. From a guy who we have seen, I think, choke a bit under pressure at times here on the big stage in this arena. He's 5 and 12 currently. All the utility still looks perfect from him. But sometimes he just can't quite wrangle the rifle, and you see him here getting pumped up by the rest of the team too. This time it's not a disaster. This time they can smile about it. But their dreams will turn to nightmares if those kind of situations happen in a big round.
For now for EDG, it hasn't hurt them too much. Got back control and lead of the map.
And they actually get ults online earlier as well, Brent. They've got this Nightfall, Rolling Thunder, 2 big tools to try to, honestly, I think play in the post plant almost to make sure that you have spike committed, because the way that Team Heretics are playing right now, it's quite passive.
It's a big committal. Side by side, Minibu's right there as well. I can break this one. Rolling Thunder connects onto both of them. We're trying to get the hell out of there, but he's revealed up. What? My goodness, the counter spam is perfect.
Great coverage.
Reinforcements did arrive in time, and Heretics get that initial player advantage.
And I like the change of it. Heretics really looking like they're fighting over rubble there, forces that Rolling Thunder out. Now they're in a great position where you actually can sit back a little further.
Ult's going to be used. Wood's looking for info. Cleared out, broken. Heretics getting a very good idea that this is going to be ending over towards C.
I don't think they have just yet. They're 4 players stacked on A, expecting the re-hit.
They should have, potentially. Maybe hoping that the util's enough to delay, but Alarm Bot, Nana Swarm going to be broken here. And
Benji's waiting for this plant.
He is. Nobody. Tucked to the corner here, and aftershock just to try and at least buy them that peace of mind. A bit of spam, straight bullets. No kill.
Notice
sight.
Nobody doesn't plant in the corner. He plants a little off.
Who's going to be offloading the ult of his own? Nightfall scatters, connects. Gets the mark onto 3 of them. No more sound cues for the majority of them. Satchel's through and about as well, but a bullet attack slowing them into their approach. The onslaught is occurring, and Heretics looking to barrel their way through. They take control and even out that scoreline straight to the top of your screens.
That's the kind of decisive retake you need to see from Heretics. They were in position, ready to do it. 2 players outside C as the plant went down. They were lucky to get away with this early skirmish, though.
It's really good call to hey main, bro. I'm really proud of myself.
But yeah, I agree with what he's saying. I think that fight, the like feigning that you're going to fight really heavy over that spot and drawing out the breach on, super important. Benji's one away from getting his ult online. Smoggy too, actually. And Team Heretics expecting that big fight over rubble. They get Wu posted, and now they're looking to reinforce over towards C. Benji can't play the retake this round, at least not as easily, not without his ult. Alamba retracted actually as well, just saving that one.
Yeah, I mean Benji, he's already got the acknowledgement, he knows it from the bullet spam.
He definitely knows there's a lot of players mounts.
EDG looking to try and send it now. Nana Swarm drop down towards the feet. Here's a lot of Util going to be used in kind. Boo! Only with the one. Firepower straight back at them. EDG decimate the defense.
With 2 being found from Kung Kung as well. Still continuing to carve into these sites.
Woot and Miniboo make anything of this. It's a 2v4. The ult online for Miniboo. There's chances, but it requires the impetus, a kill to be found at least. But with Woot dropping, chances dwindling, and yeah, return of the fire, a swing from Simon, getting his confidence back.
A lot's been made of the comparison between Kung Kung and Aspas because they played in the upper bracket final.
Sorry, guys.
They played many times before actually too. But when you watch Kung Kung play, what's striking to me is that there's such a massive difference between those 2 duelists. Kung Kung a bit more similar to Miniboo, although with more of a flair for individualism. And it makes me think about what Heretics have recently been saying in a lot of their press conferences. Neil was asked in the aftermath of them beating Leviathan, of course both teams have in this arena, how do you deal with Aspas? And Neil, the coach for Heretics, said, well, actually, when you look at his play, he's quite a calculated duelist player. You can deal with it. To us, to Heretics, we find the more explosive duelists that just run in there and try to take over a site and take their timings. We find those players to be more difficult to play against. Could you think of an example that's better suited than Kung Kung to the archetype of player he just described? Neil used Safe as an example, but when you're talking about the matchup here, you can already see that they're struggling to deal with Kung Kung. He's been dunking on them every map, apart from the first.
And he'll take a mile. He will disrespect you. He's been paying off.
Smoggy.
1-2 combo of Kung Kung
Nobody
and
loves you.
have dominated the last couple of maps. And we're really waiting for somebody on Team Heretics to step up and have the same impact.
Right now it is spread, and they're just 1 round down, of course. Big ult still left to play for. He's choosing to at least invest now. He does have a stinger in his hands to make it a bit more winnable, but the defensive setup has adjusted. Miniboo and Woot trying to make their mark known here. That's an early opening with Kang Kang falling.
It's very, very tough to hold on to Mound against EDG. They've got really great protocols for this.
They're going to try and reclear.
Yeah. You see the way that they're going to tap door?
Yeah. It's a paranoia already sent flying as well. You have to give this one up, and it is respected. Heretics.
Really well done there.
Just pull this util out, now holding, defaulting, drifting. Barely a shoulder, potentially poking out. Ult online, no kill. Chichu is avoiding. Dancing with death with that one. But dodged most of it and still found an opening. In through main, Smoggy's collecting. It's EDG.
Bro, hage bro, Miniboo, aap hage Miniboo.
What was going on there? Was Boo late on the call to get the Viper wall up? Was Rien's late on the acknowledgement of the call? What is going on over towards B? EDG have just been granted an excellent route back in.
That uncertainty swirling. Heretics players are losing track, but maybe it's 2 found. Instant there with a stun. And a swing once more from Simon. But not dead yet. Need to find some value. I believe Smoggy will have to hunt down some kills. TP from Chichu, punished. And it leaves it down to 1. The rookie. Struggling this series, at least in this map as well, with his confidence. And he's got to do it against Miniboo, Benji. Swap of the weapons. Pass the rifle over to the healthier player. And a lockdown committed. Simon, how do you play this? Forced to press forwards, potentially there. He's overstaying his welcome. Swings potentially. Footsteps down! Simon! You demon in wait! How the hell has he pulled that off?
A look of pure relief on his face. No elation. Just satisfaction that he managed to make that one work. He was completely stuck. Utterly committed to the play. If Heretics had gone in one at a time there, if their spacing hadn't been quite as tight, they had that round. The rest of his team cannot believe it. He's just given them the map.
EDG up to 11. All to the back pocket of Simon. And Miniboo, hard committed. Amoli to try and clear his way through, but he's straight up in the air. It's Clay Pigeon shooting, and Kankang not to be denied. He's cracked the sight wide open.
With rifles in hand, the EDG catapult themselves up to 12. There is nothing that Wu is going to be able to do about this. And Benji used his huge retaking onto the player, and it ended up working against them. A tragic end to Lotus here for Team Heretics by the look of things. They would need some magic to get this one to overtime.
Flawless nikal do. Flawless nikal do.
12 for EDG. As you said, you need that magic. Heretics have not come up with the answers.
Continues to tear through them.
It's dominance. It's a 4-piece in that round.
The way that he's supported by utility, there are a lot of teams that have moved away from the idea of setting up one big star player to go in and dominate. But I think EDG are showcasing that with the right supportive elements, it really can work. Rien's rocked. Has the ult online. Do you go for that committal at the start, or do you wait to see if EDG pressure C?
Can't let the spare settle in though if you are Heretics. Try and dig deep once more. EDG straight over towards B. Overdrive by Kankang. He's earned that one well. A bit of random spray straight through the smokes. Cleared out most of the avenues. So nobody with the plan down. Kankang holding it down still with that paranoia. The stun! Disrespected. Miniboo takes the fight straight to him. Dropping him down. Smoggy's there! Lying in wait once more. It's all collapsing. GG! Have no more chances in this map. Rians would have to pick up the pieces. He'd have to pull up a miracle. The double up discipline. EDG have a chokehold onto the side. 13-9. Lotus is theirs.
What a sick finish.
Nice one guys, nice one, nice one. Share के stream पे आओ. Guys, nice one, nice one. Share के stream पे आओ. भाई इतना ज़्यादा लैग हो रहा है सच में लैग हो रहा है क्या इतना ज़्यादा
आगे जाके मत
भाई इतना ज़्यादा लैग हो रहा है क्रोम में नहीं, इंटरनेट में खोलेगा। इंटरनेट है तो अरे वो रहता ना दूसरा वाला माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज। हंसी गई तो इस पर लैग नहीं हो रहा। हंसी गई तो अरे लापा है ना, este हेयर है बसेछु त्यसमा क्यामेरा हुन्छ क्यामेरामा लाएर
Brilliant is this!
I saw the boys getting into the grand finals in Shanghai and I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but I was really happy for them. And going through, I was like also expecting to make grand finals, and here I am now. And I told myself I want that too. And now I'm in Champions final. I'm not ready to call myself the best duelist in the world, but there is still so much to prove. This is just the beginning.
My oh my, we are turning up the heat in this grand finals best of 5. I'm your host Yingsu and I'm back here with Kakuka. I've got Mimi on my left as well, and one more very, very special guest. Give a warm welcome, guys, to Kaplan, coach of Sentinels. Thank you for being here.
Having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Now, earlier, Zelsus was here and he was rocking a Sentinel shirt. So, I asked him why he was wearing that. You got an EDG shirt on you.
You know, I made the claim they would win today. I just wanted to say Jayo a bunch, practice my Mandarin. It was a no-brainer for me.
He's back in it. He's back in it. How are you guys feeling after that map?
I mean, I feel like this is such a massive win for EDG. The bounce back was ridiculous on that second map, but here that second half, they were completely in control. The mid-rounding to start off was looking ridiculous.
Yeah, one thing I was really impressed by was you see a lot of these instant A controls on defense on Lotus. It's hard to want to do that against EDG because they have really fast B hits with their comp that normal comps can't do, with the Clove Smokes and being able to Omen Flash at the same time. They've loved doing little A fakes into B in the past. So, usually you can kind of play further back, go to where they're making noise. They're a very scrappy team, right? They played super confident in China. But I think what separates a good team from a great team is being able to self-ante. Be aware of your own issues, your own things that an opponent's going to look at. And this time around, EDG played way slower rounds early attack half. They would get too inserted on A, they go back to mount. They're a very scrappy team, 30, 40 seconds left to hit. And EDG last year, I just never would have seen them do that.
Yeah.
And having prepared to play their own Lotus earlier in this tournament, I would not have expected that. So to see them be able to get kind of nerdy, methodical, slow, relax on a grand final stage, I really think it shows how much they've leveled up this year.
And at the end of the day, they're getting the best out of both worlds, right? They've managed to find a midterm between being very aggressive, especially also on the defense. Sometimes they will triple down on being extra aggressive if they know they're going to be countered, and sometimes they're going to do something completely different. So it's on that boundary of just preparing it against yourself.
And we got to address Simon. What was that in the lockdown? What happened?
That clutch was ridiculous. I mean, literally one more second, he's locked down. He guaranteed loses the round. But instead, he pulls that one off. And it wasn't just that one impressive moment for Simon. I think while he hasn't had incredible stats this tournament, he's been so consistently impactful with his utility, especially when he's playing Breach and Kung is on that Neon. I think his on-the-fly utility, especially with that Breach stun, is really good to adapt to where Kung is pathing, find that next fight, preempt that with utility, and set Kung up to thrive in these opening kills. He's been involved in already 35 opening fights in the 3 maps this series. That's more than the rest of the team combined by far.
What did you make of him? You impressed by him?
I'm impressed. Look, on Haven Attack, he messed up a plan. He looked nervous. Rookie year, IGL change. Grand final, had to mid-match on that grand final stage. That's no joke. That's not easy.
What a chat. Yeah. They got to give him a spray for that, I feel like. Get that in the game. Get that in the game. But it's time for our Verizon high-speed moment, and this was Chichu's ace. As the president of the Chichu fan club,
yes, that's me.
What did you make of this?
I think that it was beautiful, unexpected, the way that he just verticals across, getting the boom bot, how he dodges the prowler. He literally gets everything, 3 kills in a matter of a second. He goes up with the last one. I love that we also get the slow-mo to see it again, because you think it is just Chichu on the side defending it. You already know that he's playing on tree, and it doesn't matter. There's 4 people coming for him, because sometimes he shoots back.
Well, here's the thing, though. Can EDG close this out? We're heading to Bind. Do you have faith, Captain?
I think they'll do it, but I think they'll do it in 5. Look, Heretics, they had to come right in after another match. EDG had time to prepare, but what comp are Heretics going to play? Are they going to go back to the Gecko you know, the Gecko fade, like, I think so, probably. You know, there's not as much preparation EDG has. It's more of like a team play, brawly fight map. I think that's Heretic's strong suit. I think Heretics can take this one.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that it is a very good point that you're bringing, because that's what happened on Haven. Probably EDG prepared for the previous composition. They were expecting to see the Sage and the Gecko and whatnot. They got something completely different. Even though it's a comp that you would usually see on Haven, they were not prepared for the macro of it. Now with Bind, Heretics has the chance to do the same, and they need to do it if they want to stay alive in this grand final.
I think if there was something to keep them in this for EDG to close out in 4 maps, it would be the performance that Kong is having right now. He's always been so good on this map. I think especially when he is playing that Raze, the way he's pathing into these sites, he does such a great job of isolating those site anchors and providing a ton of value for his team here.
Yes, the other thing though, Heretics, they took down Gen G on this map. Would you like to see them do the Astra Yoru stuff again, or maybe, you know, revert back to what they were doing before?
I think you get away from the Yoru. It was a really nice answer to the Cypher, but they, you know, like, you can play so much faster with other comps, and I'd love to see him speed it up and get a little more scrappy.
Do you think that's what they need to do against EDG, just speed things up and maybe disrupt their tempo a little bit?
Yeah, I think Bind is all about team fights, just less about individual confidence and just team fighting with utility, which I think Heretics are incredible at, so I think if they lean into it, they'll have it.
Yeah, it did surprise me a little bit that I felt like when EDG slowed the game down, they looked actually quite a bit better than Team Heretics when it came down to that mid-round situation. But you're absolutely right that they have been defined by the team fighting for Team Heretics, but that has also been the MO for EDG in the past. But I feel like that's not true to the same extent with this current team. We have seen some of the moments where they're in those team fights, it gets a little bit sloppier. It doesn't feel like the coordination between the players is quite as perfect as Team Heretics just shown this event.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever they have in store, it has to be good, it has to be clean, because right now, Kukuka, it feels like all the momentum, the confidence are on the side of EDG.
Oh yeah, totally. Like first map, yeah, Heretics started off super strong, but they bounced back in incredible fashion in something that was their home ground. There was some preparation, and Heretics is to keep their composition. We can expect this from EDG again. Also the confidence, so many individual plays, so many 4Ks, aces that we're seeing from their side, makes you feel like every single round is winnable. And against the team, getting that feeling against the teams like with Heretics with so many individual stars makes you a winner.
After losing those 2 maps in a row now, after having a great early lead to the series for Team Heretics, what do you think the conversation is like with their coach right now to bring them back into this final?
I mean, you get to walk away going, look, we lost on their pick. We have time to reset this. Probably throw a little strategy talk of how you can surprise them on Bind a bit. And at this point, I think as a coach, it's nice because you can just call on the players and empower them by saying you've already had experience on these stages, because they have, right? They've been, you know, they played in a grand final in Shanghai, so they ought to know what they're doing here.
But it's really important for them to close out, because if they don't, it's another second place finish. 3 already this year. A heartbreaking way to end it in Shanghai. Twice in EMEA. They can't let that be the way their year ends.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the longer the match prolongs, the hardest it becomes from Heretics. It looks like they lose that kind of steam. We can also think about the amount of matches, the amount of rounds that Heretics has played just in this tournament is outrageous. EDG has had an easier way here. It's not that they didn't fight it, but doing it through the upper bracket, getting those breaks, getting the wins against the teams that you already know you're comfortable against makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does indeed. And of course, this is EDG's first ever global best of 5 as well. We don't have any info when it comes to their stamina, how they're going to handle when things get a little bit later. But as we take a look at the agent select, let's see, Kaplan, if Heretics have changed from the Astra Yoru, and they have.
Yeah, it looks like they went back to their tried and true. I mean, they're so comfortable with Gecko. Like I said, very, very brawly map. You know, I think they you know, they're definitely, they should feel like, oh, we can pilot the meta comp better than the other team. Let's do it.
They absolutely look like they could. It's been great in the past. I think the biggest question is, did EDG see this coming? Were they prepping for the Yoru instead? And does it even matter? Because EDG is a team that once they get that confidence, once these players are standing up, yelling, winning those clutch rounds, they feed off that so well. And it does feel like they're set up here for a chance to win that trophy on Bind.
Well, this could potentially be the last map we see in this grand final. So Kaplan, please do us the honors and toss it over to Bren and Saisho.
All right, Josh, Bren, I just want at least 1 Jayo each from you this cast. No matter who you're rooting for. A couple Jayos and I'm happy. Take it away.
Listen, that's putting me on the spot with Mandarin. Josh, take it away.
Kaplan, Jayo! There you go.
Yeah,
I'll root for you.
Excellent, excellent.
Now,
Listen.
What a potential final map we have here if EDG are able to close it out, and another spot where Heretics have to dig deep to push it further. I love that the desk was bringing up Heretics BO5 win rates this year. They've only won 2 out of 6 best of 5s that they've been in so far. They've lost 3 of them domestically. They've lost 1 of them in the grand finals of Shanghai. Those are learning moments, but they can't let it slip from them again. Not to a team where it's their first ever time in a spot like this.
EDG are on the cusp. They've already made history for China, for themselves, with a minimum finish. They're looking to carve their place in the history books by being champ winners. Here, Benji instantly answers.
One enemy remaining.
Flood defense comes up with the goods. A plant down for Kang to play around, but smoked off. His team was picked apart. Methodical was the nature. And Heretics now can stick this one. Peace of mind here.
Yeah,
there's no chance of Kang. Pissed around for Heretics. That's what they need.
Kang's going to save the armor here, actually. A pretty unusual situation for him to be in. But they already got the plant down, so he doesn't get punished in terms of the money. A lovely play there with the Dizzy. That's actually really similar to the way that you're going to see nobody defending when EDG are on the defense side. Benji swings through, able to shut things down.
One enemy remaining.
I think Heretics should be feeling comfortable here. This is a map that they can turn it around on. But EDG have got some dangerous looks. Chichu's pretty aggressive in the way that he controls towards A short. They like pressuring over towards Showers and B long. Tend to fight in those kind of areas with a lot of utility coming through from Simon.
Plant to kar denge.
I send it flying forwards here, but it's a season and A. The combo works to perfection.
It's just perfect.
Yeah. Age-old as it is. Attempt to shore up. Take a Showers as well. Chichu swings in from the side here. In through the smoke is Smoggy. There's danger lurking, but as long as Boo holds his nerve, should be able to find it. And yes, indeed he does. So
even spotted out the final player there.
Yeah, Chichu low enough as well that the chances have dwindled to almost naught, and now finally there. So crossing over the line once more. Another round for Heretics. It's 2 in a row with 4 players alive. You can keep it healthy heading into the bonus.
There's another map as well, actually, where I'm going to be taking a look at Miniboo. He received so much praise, and I think a lot of the community is starting to change their mind about their perception of how good he is, to giving him that credit. But he has yet to really come online in this grand final. His performance in the group stage was a little dim. Playoffs, he's been playing fantastically. A massive improvement, like 30% better in playoffs, generally speaking. But I'm waiting for him to have that level of impact.
Oh, the punish. Stimmied up, speed boosted onto the line. They knew that Rians was going to be making a play for that when the smoke was in their faces.
Nice idea from EDG.
Yeah. Moves one of the pieces. Util, the tools that Dizzy did would otherwise get them that acknowledgement up through B long. Now there's a horn of their own. EDG might be trying to take some space up and over. Still a smoke in their faces. A season and A that's just about dodge, sidestep.
They can go through the teleport here. If Benji ends up taking down Chishu, expect to see that TP over towards A, and then it really is on Miniboo. It's Spectre and Nade.
Has not been given up.
EDG staying flexible in this spot, but without any Showers, you know, control or information, it is a gamble to go through that teleporter. That's why I'm saying I think they'll only do it as a last resort. Benji is looking for this fight though. He is posted really aggressively inside hookah.
Feeling like he needs to step up to it. Side swing, it's traded. The boo's still there. Not knock at the front door here. TP immediately. He's going to be cleaning up Chichu. Dropped him, 20 seconds.
Smoggy has to leave.
Yeah, that's a TP.
And now these 2 players are scattered.
Kang trying to catch that. He does. Rotations. No safety available, not for Boo. Trying to get a run on, trying to see if they can play this timing well, but already plan is down for Smoggy. Retreats to a bit of safety, back into Showers. Kang crossfire. Setup is available. all the way up in heaven. Down to the wire, tap already, bullet to the back. Miniboo down, and Woot left to do it all. Stray bullets running out. Nothing else to work with. Thunder sidearm and still finds that one. Still reload. Timing up for it. The time is ticking. Thoroughly against him. Smoggy spraying. Spam not on time. I mean, Woot 38. 7 bullets. Round down. Pistol in hand. Smoggy.
That's a round that very easily could have gone the way of Heretics though and converted the bonus. It took everything from EDG there. Even after getting the opening kill, they needed Kangkong to be able to win that duel against Boo. If Kangkong had not been able to pick that up, I don't think they have a chance. And there's the reaction as Kangkong got killed by the Ghost. Masticating furiously.
Top of the orb. Kangkong's trying to punish. Disrespected. Miniboo's grabbed it. He's out of there.
And Boo, the danger man from the previous round, who was anchoring B, has now made his way into lamps. This is a spot that he's going to have to be cautious as the orb drops, but could backstab.
Oh, EDG contacted all the way. Enough to get a kill there. Bullets flying forwards from Boo. Look at the answer. Testing the defense a little bit. EDG in through a short, spam and spray. An attempt to deny that plant from coming down, but EDG get that extension that they were looking for. Tripled up. Lamps is a hot commodity.
Rian still has full util. Mosh into Lamps here would clear that out.
Boombot sees it, spots it. Miniboo just taking the peek anyway. Mosh over the top. Doesn't clear it out. Slightest of angles to play into, and that window of opportunity is seized. Chichu in through the back. Sidestep again, Benji. Meeting him pound for pound. But it's a 2v3. The hourglass is running dry. It's a tap from Woot. He wants to force them out into the open. No easy access to any of these players. Benji wrapping all the way around. He knows the only option is to run.
Heretics fumble that retake a little, in my opinion. The normal Mosh position would cover all of the interior of Lamps. The Mosh that was thrown there, it ends up going mostly over towards the kind of entrance to Lamps, which doesn't clear out those positions inside thoroughly enough. Heretics now pushed down onto a bad buy. Benji's one holdover weapon, really the only thing they have to work around. Are they going to try a Sand Crunch? Rian's Dizzy lineup would seem to suggest that.
Right there.
King's wrapping around.
Miniboo, I think, is trying to stay flexible. He can commit short or through sand.
Use the thrash here on EDG's side of things. Clears most of the way. Retreat back, get some control over towards B long. Miniboo through the TP. Must have got a tag for him to make a play like that. They want to run them down. Where they stand, Simon.
Crash is ready.
He's scratching his head at that one.
Miniboo was looking to take a timing because he couldn't stay short for that long. But Kangkong's taken one of his own. He slipped into this cubby on B site in front of the Viper wall, and now he can play the rest of his team in.
All over the place! Dizzy! Combines the might, augmented with the showstopper. And Heretics. There's danger lurking around every corner with his squad. That's beauty.
And I was asking when we might see Miniboo have a big play, step up, really feel the tempo of the game. And I think this is the round you point to. He's controlling short with the nade and his Sheriff, takes a timing to go through that TP, and then whips it out of hookah. Cranking his crosshair 90.
Deep breaths.
And Team Heretics are now building up to massive ults as well. There is a potential here for Kangkong to get his online, and maybe that is incentivizing EDG to go and take some showers control. It looks like Miniboo might want to fight, but normally you'd expect him to be doubled up with somebody if indeed he wanted to really fight aggro. This is
again. No way, he thought the path was clear, Miniboo. There's no way you escape. He does not at that.
And then the Thrash comes through to try to showers crunch, but they're not set up for it, and it was too late to bail him out. It's a disaster for Heretics.
No connection, a wasted ult.
Hiding from that boombot, Ren, just gave EDG the most enormous advantage in the round. And now Heretics forced to take risks. And with the info that plenty of players were showers, they've pushed out B, pushed out Fountain, the fight happening in Cave.
There's a brawl skirmish to take place. Kang just the one and gets out, dropped down to 1 HP, still lucky to be alive. Benji Fishy, it's your time to shine. Up and past, but a Prowler latching, has to break it, drops down to Snakebite. He's worried about the fast tempo increase. EDG though, in a tempered around.
EDG have more players alive right now, but they do not have good info. They have no idea where Rienz is. Rienz could still be playing in Fountain, he could be tucked in sand somewhere, hookah. EDG are going to have to be meticulous in terms of how they clear out all of these angles, or just group up together and hope they can trade him.
Yeah, Kangan's going to take point on that. He's on 1 HP, you might as well. Go for some wide swings. See if the team can trade you out right behind you. Born for most of the way here. Rienz reveals himself. Look down towards it, orbital strike. That's 13 seconds left to plant. That time pressure is applied. EDG have got to make a go of this one. Rebounds to the molly, but it just about missed. Simon's still alive. Here's the Nightfall now. Sends it flying, and Kangan with it. Oh, there's some value. Benji Fishy. Drop down. Rienz knew where he was from prior. Players are stepping up to the challenge here, but he's going to try and pluck them out of the picture still. EDG troubled up, locking it down, ensuring that Rienz cannot step over that line. It's full control. He's hoping for a random shot, but it will not happen in time.
Heretics did what they could to try to salvage that, but really it was lost right from the start. Heretics didn't realize that EDG were going to make a play for the ult off themselves. And this from Miniboo, I think, is terribly greedy. He was not close to an ult. It wouldn't have materially changed the round in any way. He just thought, might as well, because my boombot didn't see anything. EDG punished him massively for that bad information. And they even pull out the orbital strike on the defense side too.
Smoke. Shit. Heretics. Giving signs of life. Dodge, not quite. Benji reveals his hand. It's a judge in play. Simon's going to be hearing that. Good call to his team. Hookah essentially a no-go. Looks like he might want to make a play for it anyway. There's a seize, rebounds, and it does get the connection, but is there any follow-up? Benji playing in front, and again there's that danger! Ults were committed. If Benji wasn't fried in the process, the bullets at least did the job before it. Boo, up and over.
This is where Chishu loves to take fights, but Rien's on the other side, and Chishu's taking the timing.
Tested here, Chichu with that timing. Puts a bullet there, straight to the brain of Boo. Smoggy trying to evacuate, knows that they have to try and retreat, but already the timing, whipping it around. Woot, he's caught all the way behind them. If he kills Smoggy, it's a spike drop down. This timing and angle is absolutely everything. Smoggy, he wins out that fight. Chichu, the chokehold onto it, but there's gaps into the play, and the pit just plays them in anyway. Dizzy, not broken in time, gets the reveal. Adjustment by Miniboo is immaculate. Eviscerating the opposition, EDG. They can't stand against that.
What a save there from Rienz and Miniboo. Woot is going to have his heart in his mouth. He had the entire round in the palm of his hand. He could have dropped Smoggy and lost the duel, and the rest of his team bail him out of a difficult situation. Rienz continues to just be superbly consistent, but Miniboo has really activated.
Sometimes it happens.
Then fair enough. Sometimes it does happen. You're in a spot to win the round and you whiff it.
The mood is good.
Like I said earlier about Simon's play a few maps ago, it doesn't matter if the round ends up getting salvaged, you just can't let it happen in a big moment. Simon redeemed himself massively on Lotus with the 1v2 he pulled off. I'm sure Woot will have his spot.
EDG going to be taking a tumble here with the money. Kankan's got rifle in hand. He's the one who has to do the work if there's any chance in the round.
I'm always drawn to where Chishu is playing on the map. He's so aggressive with these lurks, and if you give him 1v1s, he's incredibly good. I'm watching him play over towards Shower here, wondering if he's going to look to play off the rest of his team's distraction, because he takes early backstab timings. If his team are pressuring short, he's going to swing almost immediately, and it looks like Woot looking to clear. Yeah. All right, that should at least give them some idea of where the danger is.
Watch the live, and Miniboo now is going to be under an immense amount of pressure. Woot's going to be covering. Fire over the shoulder. Still trying to lock down that shower's control as well, but revealed up. There's some danger here still. Sees, connects. They see the tether into the corner. Chichu. It's a nasty one. Pulls it back from the brink, but not before he is toppled. Amps control. Once again, putting the premium. Simon. What is that, man? Man is into his own hands. This rookie is lighting them up. You gotta be joking. What is that?
What a round from Simon. Where's he pulled it from? EDG is so good at playing inside smokes in spots like that. But you just don't expect it, first of all, from the Fade player, no matter who it would be.
He's running around like he's playing ranked. The timing as the smoke just doesn't
I think it's pretty fair to say that the pressure seems to be off his shoulders at this point. The difference in what we're seeing from him, from map 1 to recent performances, especially coming out the back of that 1v2, he's willing to play loosely and make the plays, take the timings. Heretics have the ult, but no weaponry. Time for EDG to take charge. I like that double face.
Yeah, almost with the punish. Almost.
And again, Chishu looking to try to take space off the back of it. As his team pulls those 3 players to B, it softens up A and maybe allows Chishu to find his one. Boombot sails past again. That bad information from Miniboo.
It's costed them rounds. Snaps to the side, no shots on target though from Chishu. He's revealed his hand here. He is. Valorant hands boost, he can retreat. Open angle, unaccounted for.
I like this pause though. You've already killed the smokes player. If you wait out the Viper wall, they've got nothing to be able to stop you. Woot's really the only danger player here, I think.
Gets the info.
And again, this pit is actually going to be a little difficult to get through. I'm surprised Benji invests this. 4v5 with only a Sheriff.
Yeah, Woot's got the info. I think that they're all trying to make their way over towards B, and they're already holding this down, missing the shots. Needed to be towards the dome anyway. And TP's putting the squeeze back onto him. Still, Kang. Maybe a bit of miscom.
Miniboo has ult. This round should be over.
It's theirs for the taking. Showstopper unleashed. Let loose onto the feet. Nobody did not stand a chance. Blown to Smithereens, reveals up and counting. 6 seconds left. There's no plant in sight. You can take your time because a round is in the palm of their hands. Heretics. Swing bang. At least the pendulum. They take control of the map.
Chalk up another 4v5 win for Team Heretics there, but I did not see that one coming. We've seen it all throughout the tournament. They're amazing when they're a man down. But here, they were rifles down as well. No smokes player on defense. The ults ended up closing it out, but really, I think a lot of that is to do with the space that Woot took over towards A, letting them know that it was B. The pit scared EDG. They did not want to fight into the eco weaponry. I can understand why as well. From EDG's perspective, you're thinking, all right, there's a pit down. They probably have a bunch of stingers. Why would we want to go in there?
Exactly where it thrives, close quarters.
But, I mean, it wasn't. It was a Sheriff. It was Benji with a Sheriff trying to make himself puff up and look big, look scary.
And postured him away. Into the open arms of Miniboo. And he's been decimating. I mean, he's 12-5 right now. He's top of the scoreboard for his team. Talked about it, you know, like as a player, I think, shining a light on him. He's just been thriving and improving as the tournament has gone on.
Absolutely. If you compare the stats when he was playing in groups to when he was playing through playoffs, there's just a world of difference. Like I said, he's like 28, 30% more damage, even higher in terms of his like kill improvements. He's still playing the same way. He's still getting aggressive. He's still going for those entries. He's still taking that tip of the spear job for Heretics, but now he's hitting. And he's woken up in this grand final, perhaps just in time.
Back and forth we go. Point reveals 1 to 2, at least 3 towards the tail end. Good information. EDG going to be taking this one with a much more cautious approach. One away from the ult. I think there might have been a play towards an orb, but for now, sets his eyes over towards Zuka, clears most of it with the boom bot. Broken, they think something's up. Prowler. The handshake occurring. What's the goal for EDG?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. I feel like they've been slowed down in quite a lot of these bind attack rounds, and they haven't quite had enough options available to them when the time ticks down. Here they're going to try and hit into a site where they've still got Mosh on the defense side, Benji's still got wall up. There's so much they have to get through. Seas, Nightfall.
Exactly.
It looks so tough.
Everything you could ask for if you are Heretics, just trying to bunker down, bolster the defense. And with 23 seconds left, time running short. It's an ult offloaded. Kang trying to get into the mix, into the action, and a fight to be taken, but traded out anyway. Beam down with a Phantom in hand. It's just that 1-for-1, and the plant from Simon. It's going to go off anyway. There's no pushback occurring. Not from Heretics, not right now, but enough damage has been done. It's a 4 versus 4. Reset into the round. Benji was just watching for any sort of stragglers. Hard committed positions by EDG. It's up to Smoggy to hold them back from the elbow angle. Pixel angle to work with Nade. This is cheeky. Dodges, rebounds, snakebite at hand. Heretics carving out chunks and pieces of the map, but are being met here. At least the firepower. Chichu cannot spray them down in time. That's methodical by Heretics. That's enough time on the clock as well for them.
That is beautifully done. Beautiful. Snakebite Nade to take down anybody that was going to be playing over towards that default position. And then Rienz is so damn consistent. Gets that trade kill onto Smoggy. Instantly spray transfers onto nobody as he swings through the Viper wall. He's always there.
Let's keep it up. Good comms, good.
And he's relaxed as well. He just seems like a great asset for the team in terms of keeping them composed in these moments, not letting the energy run away. They're in control on Bind right now. EDG would need a big thrifty. And I think they're running out of ideas on the attack side. The macro, it's not looking anywhere near as clean as we've been seeing on Lotus, for example, if you want to compare the past map.
Okay.
There goes Chichu.
Right where it hurts. Chichu's been a player that's opening up most of these sites like we've been talking about with the lurk timings.
He has been playing in those kind of positions so fairly regularly. So it's a good read from him.
New positions. Up and over to heaven, walking their way forwards. I mean, EDG not to be deterred.
No, and Benji is aware that they're giving Lamps control right now, but it does mean that he's got to watch multiple positions.
Position sucks. I mean, Benji in this spot is going to try and retreat as well. They don't have Showers control. Luckily, nobody's there ready to pounce on him when the damage is done. Simon, another play to be made. The rookie wants to step up straight away. Here's that reload! And Boo just barely ready to wrangle control. Straight back at him. Orbital strike. No damage done, but Smoggy collecting kills from all across the place. Boo seeking to dominate the angle. Make sure that Showers is not being recleared into this 3v3. Satchel's overhead have to be broken. The pressure get into them. Satchel breaks it. Dizzy up and over, in through the smoke dome. Nobody spamming, and now swarming. Oh! Dominating EDG. What a response.
By one tap kaise maar diya wo?
Said they needed a big thrifty, and there it is. They take round 11.
By EDG confirm
after losing the first player as well, Jishu fell. But I think Benji's spot just ended up being completely exposed there. They couldn't deny Wingman. I think that's such a mistake. If Heretics just make sure that they focus on plant denial on A, they're going to put EDG in really difficult spots. Instead, when you let them get the plant down and get into their post-plant positions, you have a much tougher job at things. And EDG come into this, the final round of what could be the first half of the final map.
Orbital strike for the Thrash.
Yeah, massive ults.
Yeah. Who was holding it preemptively just in case the Thrash was used at the beginning of the round. EDG, no signs of them going for that game plan though. Simon's going to try and fake this presence. Is a Nightfall going to be enough though? That's a question. They don't have map control over towards B. Very much an all-in. They don't have map control over towards B.
It looks like they would want to thrash through sand. Does Boo get the call?
Footsteps.
Not even.
Dash through and away. The crossfire set up. It's broken apart to pieces. TP. It's not enough. Maybe with just the one, but the orbital strike does at least split them in twine. EDG trying to go for this one now. Smoggy with the plant. Back being held. That's Chichu watching onto the angle. Still in control. Simon is alive and kicking. Making sure that the flank is watched for.
I
like the smoke. Allows them to take backside control. But they've got so much more to do here, Team Heretics. They've allowed EDG in again. Plant, post-plant positions, all looking very diligent.
Horns up on either side here. Up and over. Will need to be pre-aimed. Boo's on top of it. Clears the way for most of this hookah.
He sees two.
Volley has to be used. Sees up and over. It's dodged, this miss. Simon with the timing. Softened up, damaged up, but the volley now rebounds, and it should be good for the cause already. The circle starting to shrink. Time is starting to run short. Chichu denies any chances. And 6-6. Once more is where we stand. Perfect parity between these teams. They are pushing each other to the brink.
What a gorgeous wide swing there from Chichu, making sure to isolate the player that was trying to stick it. He's been incredible for EDG across this tournament. And now this Chinese squad only needs 7 more rounds to not just make history, they've already done that, but to win their first time of making it to the finals arena at Champs.
It's a very elite group. Champs winners, trophy lifters. And EDG would love to secure that spot for China. But even before that, we're going to send it down to the floor. And that's a little interview.
I'm standing here right now with 2 special guests. We have Genius, Trent, and Icy. Now, how are you guys enjoying the match? Icy, I know you really enjoyed that opening ceremony.
I mean, it's incredible. This is my first event as a spectator. But I'd rather obviously be here playing, but either way, it's insane to be here. The atmosphere is incredible. It's just overall great.
I mean, you can hear it, right? What about you, Trent?
I mean, yeah, the opening ceremony was absolutely crazy.
Hey,
I was upstairs and I could feel
Rishima!
the whole building shaking. It was insane.
Oh yeah, it's a party here for sure. Now you both played against Team Heretics and EDG in the past. How would you compare and contrast their styles?
I think both teams have insane aimers. This can go either way.
India! India!
I had EDG going all the way, I had them winning this, but I think Heretics can pull this back and make it in 5 maps.
What about you, Trent?
I thought Heretics was going to win at the beginning, but now seeing how EDG's playing, I got to go with them.
Oh, well, that seems to be how this map is going as well, right? So I got to ask you guys, oh my gosh, listen to the crowd. I got to ask you guys, who's taking this map?
I think if Heretics win the map, they're winning the series, so I'd say Heretics.
Oh, Trent?
I got to go against you. I'm going EDG.
Oh, we got both of you on the opposite sides. All right, let's see who has it. We're going to get back into bind.
Crowd is raring to go. You can see already descent in the G2 camp. The players can't make up their minds.
And I think that's indicative of this entire tournament. Both last year and this year, actually, you came into Champions with a dominant team. Fnatic in 2023, Gen G this time. And Gen G losing in groups just blew the field wide open and laid fertile ground for EDG's growth here. For teams to go on mad runs like this, and it's been difficult to predict any match at any point here at Champs. You still can't tell which way this one's going. I do agree with Icy. I think it's possible that Heretics can still get back in, though obviously EDG are in a better spot to close it out.
All they need is bind. All Heretics need is a kill, potentially to open up this A site. Right for the taking. Nobody with the spray down, spam shots, no connection, no damage done. Inside through the smoke, Rians. Beautiful shot.
Fight on the flank here.
Benj is going to seek to maintain control of this angle. Simon, again, the rookie, asked to do quite a lot in this spot, but diligent. Cool, calm and collected from almost the entirety of Heretics. It's a pistol round that's in the palm of their hands.
Yeah, major win for them here. EDG did look a little shaky on their attack side macro, which is a wild thing to be saying, considering that they still got 6 rounds out of it. But I would expect Heretics to be extremely drilled in spots like that. This composition offers you so many ways to play. The executes are incredibly difficult to hold against. Kangkang cannot afford to be giving up first kills like that. He's been the master at putting first kills on his side over the course of this tournament.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Guys, let's take control of this map.
You heard that at the end there. Yeah. Let's take control of this map.
That's actually what Miniboo was saying when they played against Lev as well. It's all about controlling the tempo, making them play to your pace, and that's almost the same opening as the pistol. They're going for a jump peek, nearly punished. But maybe a bit of bait there, trying to see if Team Heretics would accelerate. Because EDG were stacking with 4 players on B.
Indian custom.
Defense going to get spread up hard a little bit here.
Longer a stack.
Heretics happy to slow it down. No point walking into your own demise.
Heretics, 2 players not buying up in this round as well, so they've got some flexibility. They can afford a couple deaths without it knocking the economy. And I'm looking towards Riens to see if he can get the Thrash online. Wood's happy to go and try and take this space. He's just looking for information. He's not worried about dying because he is one of the players with just a ghost. Spots 1, spots 2.
It's that earlier damage. There's one in lamps. Hold on, twisting, turning, and shots to potentially be found. Smoggy looking to try and push back, dismiss, but
sometimes happens, sometimes happens.
All he needs to do is hold Smoggy here, and the Seas will hold Smoggy very permanently to the spot.
Rooted in place. And for his team to collapse onto it for the reclear.
And now, this is where I'd be asking Riens to throw the weapon away to somebody else. You know, put it onto Benji or Woot and go hunting with the pistol.
Exactly. This is good alongside a nade here. Woot's trying to get himself round to the corner, and luckily, enough wiggle room. Born down and out. Pistols in their face. Close quarters is where they're going to be thriving. Jumping through, doubled up. Players are dropping. Suddenly, there's chances. The Kangkang's low with the rifle in hand. Steady aim. Still, it's a little bit laboured, but it gets the job done.
Hey guys.
They saved 2 out of 3 of the rifles. So EDG do a bit of damage, but it's not going to be catastrophic. And they did manage to get the Thrash online. So even though it looks dangerous, Heretics are in a position here where they could start snowballing away on Bind. Miniboo's going to look to pick up a judge. That normally implies that you're looking for something pacey. The Thrash making space for the judge double blast back.
Yeah, holding the nade as well, just in case there is that play happening. Season going to be combined using conjunction. Thrash all the way through, clears the way in the path in through showers. Judge in hand. Lamb's control there, but it's a satchel and a pivot. They want to go over towards B. Chichu, sole defender, and Miniboo trying to ruin somebody's day.
I'm not sure that was the game plan off the rip, but an audible call by Boo. See how well it works. 3 players from EDG still sticking over towards A, thinking that this might be a re-hit. They're dead wrong.
Yeah, spots a lot there. Chichu is going to find it hard to try and get the hell out of there, but takes the timing and takes it well. Heretics are the ones who are running out of options.
Yeah, it's very tough for Miniboo to play the entry when he's got a judge. I think it's time maybe to swap that onto somebody else. Without the blast packs, how are you going to gap close?
45 seconds into the round. No control of A.
If they go for a hookah re-clear straight into the judge, these are the moments that could just lose you the grand finals.
You're going to hear the hearts break of many of these players, or perhaps just sing in unison. Chichu and Kangkang. That's beautiful work.
It couldn't have gone better for them.
Spectacular.
There's so much danger going for a play like that. And Boo's now has to win a 1v4.
This one part easier, but not the follow-up there. Nobody.
Let's go. We got this, guys.
On the cleanup. That is just insanity. You're brave to be making a clear like that. You are brave.
I mean, especially when the player's got a judge on the other side, but Chichu is so clean with it. These shots, these two, the deadly duo. A two-headed Hydra, I think EDG has proven to be over the course of this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
With Kangkang and Chichu topping the scoreboard in so many of their maps.
Creeping closer to a potential finish, EDG. Top of the scoreboard, in my opinion, are MVP candidates for the grand finals. At least if you're only looking at EDG. For Heretics, it's up to them to see if they can answer back. They need Bind.
And their play with the Thrash found no value really in the prior round. They got stopped by that Sea's nade. So a good read from EDG as well. And now going exploring again. These are the spots where Chishu is going to look to try to challenge, but I think Benji tends to play these a little safer. I don't think he'll just walk into Kang. But that also means he's not going to clear Kang.
Now spotted. Broken. TP long control.
वो close जाके बैठा हुआ है.
Pushed back the
पक्का
defenders on
पेलेंगे.
B.
भाई वो तो आयरन गैम में चेक होता है भाई वो.
To call a rotate,
Iron
so
rank
still
में.
3 players. The strong site is A.
जैसे मेरा है.
That's where Boo wants to end.
Oh, they're going to be going straight into the maw.
They have not cleared Kang. In fact, I don't even think they know Kang's here. Smoggy to take contact. A Dizzy over the top.
Volley in the hands of Smoggy, and as that contact caught, players are falling to fiery finish, potentially in the A short avenue. Rians has got to answer back. So with that shot, right on target, 2v3. Boo from the side turns into a 2 versus 2, slightly more winnable. Out wide, but accounting for it, the launch is perfection. Spam from the box just to finish that task, 8-8.
Up 9.
Heretics were not ready for those final 2 players there. Not whatsoever. Swung out into front sight. Thinking that Chishu and Simon were going to be in, over towards B. Did not get that. What a setup though. If someone on Team Heretics had managed to take an earlier lurk timing, if Boo had really tried to limit test and walk his way through showers early on, he would have realized that it was empty.
Yeah.
Only nobody who was trying to juggle around so that he could support short and shut down the showers lurk. But Team Heretics, with all of that structure and all of that discipline,
Well done, boys.
don't take risks like that would have paid off in a moment. But you can't find moments much bigger than these.
Easy.
Momentum shifts to the other side of things here. Heretics, despite the replay showing that pressure seems to be washing off the back of these players, you're in a difficult spot. It's 8-8, your economy's ruined, you have some ults to over, at least the orbital strike in your back pocket. But Kang's also got that showstopper, and your ideas are getting picked apart. It's not working on the attack so far.
They don't seem to be applying enough pressure early enough to figure out what EDG's setups are. Now I say that, but it's a sample size really of 1, because round 15 was when they had the judge, and I think that in itself caused them the issues. But these are 2 crucial back-to-back round wins for EDG, because it's probably going to give them a 3rd.
It's time for the course correction, excuse me. You're right. EDG, primed and ready to take the lead in this map.
I think the goal for EDG in this round, not just to win, but to try to do it cleanly. If you can save Showstopper, you're probably going to get up to almost all of your other big ultimates, and then you're in a great spot for the next rifle round. And this is how games slip away from you. Heretics had their chance to snowball in that bonus. Are EDG going for a re-clear of Octagon right now? Close range against the eco weapons?
No way.
Just the Prowler.
Stinger confirms it. You do not want to be opted into that fight. EDG smoked off. Disrupts this high loader they were going for.
We've seen EDG rely on their individual fragging to bail them out of some contact reclears that look really dangerous. Here's another spot that looks pretty dangerous, to be honest.
Against the half buy, but the information gathered.
You've got 3 spots that you can be swung from, including the teleporter.
Boo's got his util out. Oh my goodness, almost adjusting still. Kang with the 1 double satchels, committed to try and stay alive. Nobody. Eyes set onto the target. Mosh pit up and over. Now with the nade and the TP's caught. Benji! Benji! Can't get the 3rd, but already he's done the damage, and now doubled up. Kills collected. It's a swarm and an overwhelming presence from Heretics in through the side into the back of his showstopper. This is where it should thrive. Up and over. But a shot returned. Bullet to the brain. Nobody with a hell of a task. Gargantuan in nature and a wide swing. All in place.
What a round for Heretics. They needed that. They maintain the lead somehow against all odds, with scraps and odds and ends to work with. Not even a smile there for the family. They can't bring themselves to believe.
And I can't blame them.
Well, a small moment that I want to point out in that round as well. What a clutch nature for Riens to stick the plant.
Let's go!
For the MasterCard Thrifty, they needed that plant to go down, but Boo pressured early.
Swing. EDG might be on that lower weaponry, but there's still that danger lurking every corner. And Heretics are making sure that they collect these kills.
Fast flank.
No oversight. There's a fast flank. Prowler's going to be dodged for now as well, but Heretics know that they've got open access.
Really nice from Boo, making sure to monitor as the spike was coming in this direction.
Holding onto it. Wait, they've missed the timing. Boo's still holding. Wait is down. Hold on, Woot. Forced to pick up the pieces. Can you forge a path to victory, Chichu? With that rifle, he's just one man now, dropped down to 5 health. Nade online for Mini Boo. Mosh still available. It's unwinnable.
Yeah, the snake bite too. Every piece of post-plant utility that Heretics could possibly want in a crossfire setup. Chichu's going to try and valiantly give his life for it, I'm sure.
There it is.
Benji shoots him in the back.
2-round lead for Heretics. Not giving up hope yet.
What a difference that Thrifty has made. What a huge difference it's made. Instead of being in a rifle round where EDG were 9-8 up, we now find the next rifle round where Heretics themselves are 10-8 up.
Nice, boys. Let's go. Nice dealing with the aggression, Wood. Well played.
I do love the way that Miniboo gives very specific praise to his teammates.
Yeah.
You know, he's always got a single focus of something he thinks that they did really well, either as a team, together, really making sure that they keep that at the forefront of their mind. This next round is about to be explosive.
It certainly is.
There are 8 ults online, and almost all of them with these bind compositions are round winning. Yeah. You don't really get any that are throwaways.
EDG going to be thinking to themselves, I mean, it's them that press the panic button almost. Timeout taken. They do have a lot of ults of themselves, but the trouble is you can overthink it so easily. Heretics could very well just send this full throttle in for the A rush. You have a showstopper to work with, you have an orbital strike, you can clear through most of the map, cleave your way through.
Do you think that's the kind of team Heretics are, though? I think coming out of rounds like this, they tend to be more measured, more cautious.
Waiting for the idea, seeing if EDG have cooked something up.
I think generally speaking, yeah. I think that EDG are more likely to be the team that takes the risk. 10-8 down, even though they're on tournament map here. EDG convert on bind. Things they wouldn't have dared to dream only a few months ago would be realized.
CDG squad, I mean, not only have they broken past their prior limits, at this point they're dreaming for the whole bloody thing. I mean, this is the culminating moment of the year. Champions 2024, it's the crowning jewel for VCT.
Simon pushed out. So good work maintaining Shower's control at the start of the round. That might be useful, might be important later on if they group up over towards B and need to take the teleport. Simon's going to look to try to re-clear that at the same time as nobody in Chishu go exploring sand. Both of those areas, though, have no Team Heretics players defaulting. Instead, it's B long, it's short. It looks like it's going to be a fake B exec here that's supposed to go then into a real A execute, relying on that previous control of Showers. The thing is, there's no way that EDG are going to buy that this is really B, in my opinion, because look at the positioning of nobody in Chishu. They're just full looking at it.
They are. Simon, though, he's playing floating position. He's in spawn, waiting for the sound cues. Kankang re-exploring. He is isolated, he is alone, but it's only Woot to deal with. He hears the Dizzy, clears his way through. Nightfall is used very preemptively. You can side-set that one with ease if you're Heretics, but 30 seconds. Time is running short.
The fast flank.
And here it is. All emphasis placed onto this. Mini Boot. It's a showstopper in his hands. One right decision, one correct guess could completely change the tide of this fight. Woot just misses the Dizzy with ease once more. Nightfall's dropped, cracking down on his orbital strike, trying to spray them down. Players are dropped on every single angle. Mini Boo wins the fight out, and time is barely there to spare. Chichu, no long for this world. Up to 11 for Heretics.
Nice round,
And
nice
now they're
round.
in the driving seat.
अच्छा खेले थे.
What a game, what a map for Miniboo
EDG
to
क्या
come
कर रहे हैं
online.
यार?
20 kills across 19 rounds. And not just the kill factor, but the manner in which he's doing it. And the kills that he's getting are so important. He gets the kill there to deny Kang as he's trying to put Spike down. Tries to put the Spike down again, swings, kills Smoggy. If he doesn't kill Smoggy, there's 5 seconds left. The round would probably have been over. What a time for Miniboo to wake up in the grand finals.
Now fast tempo play. Slimmy to evacuate, but we'll be able to escape already. That space is given up. Simon, stray shot, finds a mark. You see this smoke, puts the fear of God into you, I think. If you are, Heretics still going to be going for the plant now. Simon trying to get potentially inside that smoke, but no, the plant is not denied.
Team Heretics, they just control no areas on the map.
Yeah. The crowd, and they're going to be pushed into this corner with this flank online, and now they have that knowledge, but it's a Thrash committed one of their own. Sprayed down, nobody's trying to at least turn some heads over towards him, try and play his team into the fight, into the fray once more. Chichu striking where it hurts, but yet shut down in a moment. Right when it matters most now, Simon has got to do it all. Sheriff in hand, upgrade in front of them. Yoinks it, but it's not enough. Up to 12 for Heretics.
This team has dug so deep. It was even at the half. It looked like you couldn't separate them on this map. Heretics have stormed off into the lead. A 4-round advantage now for a team that's been in these spots before. And actually, as the series got deeper and deeper, their play ended up trickling off. They couldn't match the pressure of the moment at Shanghai.
But this is a different Heretics. They've learned from prior experience.
What on earth am I looking at with that Viper ult?
I mean, this is spilling out in all sorts of directions.
That's great. If you don't go and clear that, you're worried they're retaking sand control at all times, Kang.
Benji! Oh boy.
You do not expect Benji to be picking up an AWP in the final round. Kang.
Peak. Couldn't tell if Kang had one of his own or if it was just a rifle in play, but you're not favoured there when Benji can just lock it down.
He's so much further away from the corner as well. He's always going to see you first, but Kang relying on his skill to take him over the line. This pit, though, continues to be a bit of a bother. Heretics, by the look of it, want to kind of commit to the B site and then just leave Hookah.
Plays in front of him, goes for the no scope, spam down, hello, ults online, Chichu, an attempt to deny the plant. Online, but at least collects the kill before the trade is online, up to 12, and that plant goes off without a hitch. Heretics can feel it.
They know the Benji is market.
He's going to be holding it. Still with that operator, you can't really get active into this moment, but oh, here in the footsteps, double back, Simon lights him up. Head to a roll, and it's EDG to just, trying to stay alive into this map at this point. It's all stacked against them. Avenues accounted for. Positions watched, but luck at a draw there. Util out into the hands. Spamming, praying away down to the 1v1. Simon has got to do it all. A tap and a shot landed. It's not over yet for EDG.
Nice one.
Once again, the newest player comes up clutch. Simon has added so much to their team environment overall, the way in which Kang supported. But today, and in the group stage of the tournament too, we've seen Simon be immaculate in high-pressure clutch spots.
It's almost unfair to ask it of him. As a rookie to the team, his first international event ever in the grand finals of Champs.
Come on, please.
But his composure and his aim look clean at the moment. Kang does pick up the operator. It was saved. Got no armor to go along with it though.
Potential tool that they could use.
Slower
play by Heretics, and still they are in the driving seat. Nobody tucks himself close, a bit of stray spam, but nobody finding a mark. He's weaving around them, dancing around them. Eventually found and dropped. Plants it online, but none the wiser. And an alternate hand to Kang. Spotting the retreating players, at least hearing it, a pre-fire towards the corner. to no avail. Nade, rebounds, damage, connects, it cancels. Rians, he's out of it. Simon's defusing. What about him? Simon! He's got it all the way.
बोल मौली कैसे रोक सकते हैं क्या?
Absolutely spectacular.
Bro!
What an
Bro!
outrageous play.
मौली को पाव मार के रोका है, फुटबॉल खेल रहा है। फुटबॉल खेला रहे उन्हें।
Nade up and over the top, cancelling the thrash and then the body block. Get yourself a job in the Premier League as a keeper.
थाइस को लेके वापस गया मौली।
Just rattled off his shins. Also, what on earth is nobody doing inside this smoke? Why did it take him 15 seconds to die?
Just absurd. The clearance is going to be haunting Heretics. Timeout called for them. I said they were in the driving seat, but they are losing grip of the map. And with it, the series, the finals.
Time
Still
out,
2
time
rounds is what they've
out.
got to work with. All they need is one.
Look at what it's doing to the fans down there, and imagine how that's echoed in the players. The fans have the freedom to sit there and allow it to affect them. The players have to shrug it off and move on instantly, not allow it. Not allow themselves to dwell on it for even a second. Neil looks stressed though. If they lose a couple rounds, it's going to be overtime with EDG having 4 rounds in a row. Heretics have got to close it out in the next 2, otherwise it could be curtains. And that trophy that they can see between the 2 teams, almost a touching distance away, will be at least a year. Perhaps you may never have an opportunity like this. Oh,
yeah, okay.
Oh, it's just a brutal moment for it.
Brutal doesn't begin to describe it. They're putting everything into these next 2 rounds. And now even more time to stew, to simmer.
A PC issue. And all of the players, forced silence coming out of talking to their coaches. Time to sit and simmer on the words and also just take a look over to the trophy. And honestly, try not to think about what it means to them.
Absolutely.
What we've heard from both of these teams in the press conference, but Heretics especially, is that they cannot allow matches like this to have meaning. The more you attach meaning to it, the more difficult it becomes to just allow yourself to be in the moment. So just take a look like any other trophies. You see Benji there, honestly, meditate to think about himself in the zone. What it means to them. Absolutely. What we've heard from... Have you ever tried to stay focused on a task with 10,000 screaming people around you?
It's very, very difficult. Tell you that for free.
And the rounds that they're going into, truly ridiculous. Listen, no way, no matter which way this slices, we've got an incredible finish here to Champions Seoul. A different region winning every single one of our trophies throughout the year. That's incredible. First time seeing EMEA in a Champs final since 2021 as well.
I know, sorely missed.
From both of these teams in the press conference, but Heretics especially.
This is a Heretics team, honed and
is that they cannot allow matches like this to have meaning. The more you attach meaning to it, the more difficult it becomes to just allow yourself to be in the moment. So just take a look like any other trophies. You see Benji there, honestly trying to
sorely missed.
From both of these teams in the press conference, but Heretics especially.
This is a Heretics team, honed and
is that they cannot allow matches like this to have meaning. The more you attach meaning to it, the more difficult it becomes to just allow yourself to be in the moment. So just take a look like any other trophies. You see Benji there, who I'm not sure exactly where he is right now in the crowd, in the audience. I assume he's at the VIP seats, only about 20 meters away from the players. He was once up there, twice up there in fact, on stage, but once in while most of the other fans in the audience are hoping EDG can bring it back, win cleanly 4 in a row, and hoist that that Champions Trophy.
That's what they're all playing for.
God, take a look at this once more. What a timing for a play
amazing.
like that. We had a body block play on something similar in the group stage, where someone was able to headbutt it out the way. This one clacking off the shins.
It's a crew player, I think.
We're seeing such great protocols. You know, if we go on to Abyss, if that's the next map we're looking at, we've seen DRX earlier on in the tournament have that denial of the Astropol post-plant setups.
It's been a lovely tournament for it. Just individuals stepping up in intelligent little ways. Hasn't just been how to take fights, the gunplay, the util.
Let's
We've
go.
seen players
Small details.
shine. Yeah, the small details. Minutia.
Let's go.
Heretics. Hoping to make this round a
Let's make it
point.
greatest comeback
This
of
could be
the
everything.
year.
If Heretics lose, Benji is not going to have enough money. Woot barely with enough. Depending on plant money as well. Heretics need this round to go their way, otherwise we could be looking at overtime.
Big odds online on the Heretic side. Lots of tools to work with. Get it over the line.
It looks like they're trying to disguise Kang here. So they're playing him with the Viper Orb. You're not going to expect
like
this.
No
Of course.
Heretics might have taken
Good afternoon, everyone.
Sinker. It's 4 players.
आवाज आ रही है?
Creeping closer, waiting for re-exploration. Orb in their face. Kang will have to respect this to some degree. Doesn't know if they've crossed up. Boombot not broken. Orb once more. Renewed. Refreshed. Snakebite to answer. Hard committed onto the corner. Showstopper right from behind.
Collateral.
Skewers them in place. Up and over with a Soundcue's cut. EDG making a go of things. 35 seconds. The plant is down. Nade and Molly down at the feet. Dropping Boo in place. And Woot can do naught but watch on in horror.
Nice one.
As another round is lost beneath them.
Third in a row for EDG. They're on the EDG train. Heretics might have just lost control of Bind. What a skewering from Kang.
Plays being made, man, all over the place.
We've talked so much about how Kang's actually dropped the
अब उन लोग का
operator
economy नहीं है, देख लो.
in this run here. He's picked it back up a little bit. Against Leviathan, he pulled it out 20% of rounds instead of his usual 11, 10. You're seeing him pull it out again here. When the pressure's on, he's got a skill that few others in the world can match.
No one's really possessing it. Ice cold. Heretics relegated down to essentially a bargain bin buy. Don't get me wrong, there's still that danger, but it's all on the line and they're all grouped up. This is very much looking like an all-in play and approach. Horns is not broken. Nade and spam right through the box. An opening kill onto Smoggy. Pit in place. Nobody seeking to answer back.
This is where Kang should be looking to pick up the rifle. He does. They have Thrash to try to clear the pit. There's still many chances for EDG to take it to overtime.
Flank control, watch for, and like you said, the Thrash is going to be clearing and cleaving the way through. Path potentially. Here, lying in wait. Thrash is there alongside a Seize. His players need to be defended. Woot steps up to the challenge but dropped inside. Kang. Overtime in sight. And EDG are hungry for it. Trying to will it forward. Defuse the nade. But the shot's on line. They don't have it. Time. It's not a line, man. Heartbreak for EDG. The tiniest of differences. And Heretics, they will it forward. We are going to Abyss.
What an incredible contrast that is to the previous time where Chichi was able to body block the molly. This time, Boo makes all the difference. Fires it from the same spot. It wasn't blocked. And Simon tries to do what he can, but melts away, incinerated, immolated, and the Red Bull clutch carries Heretics forwards.
All smiles, feeling good.
GG, जो भी जीता, congratulations for them, and thank you for tuning in today. Chalo, bye. हाँ तो हाथ दे रहे कितने गंदे लोग आए रे तुम ना